In this video, I'm going to give you the longest Lumabooth tutorial ever. This is the 2025 Lumabooth software tutorial. This is an iPad-based photo booth software. There's been a lot of changes, and I was like, hey, it's 2025. Let's get this done right away. But before we start this tutorial, you guys, if you want to get started with Lumabooth, we have a sign up and discount link where you can get a discount when you create an account and you pay either for the year or for the month-to-month service. You have to have the subscription. If you're watching this on YouTube, it is in the description. If you're watching this on TikTok, it is literally in the link in our TikTok bio. So we have that. Once you sign up, and if you get it for the year, you guys can join our Lumabooth group chat. We created a group chat where you can literally ask questions, connect with other photo booth owners, and really learn the software. But that's only if you used the link that we have. So enjoy this super long tutorial. If you have any questions, leave a comment. Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and get this one going. All right, photo booth family, what's up? Let's go ahead and launch Lumabooth. And yours, if you're new, you're not going to see all these events. These are just past events. We'll go, just for the sake of making this relevant to you, we're going to launch a new event, and we'll just put Luma TUT, short for tutorial. Both tutorial. Okay, so, all right, so this is going to be the first thing you see. You hit the drop-down menu to the top right. You guys, this is going to show all of the settings that you can possibly do. We're going to start from the top left and work our way all the way to the right. And again, this is just a tutorial for you guys to really just know what the basics and these settings are. We're going to start where it says welcome screen in the red. You see that to the left? We're going to press on that. And the welcome screen is the first thing that people are going to see when they walk up to the photo booth. So we like to add our own welcome screens, and we're going to go ahead and just show. I'm going to show you guys how to upload your own. And we're going to click where it says image, and we already have these saved to the iPad. We're going to click on that. Then you want to make sure you send backward a few times so you have all the buttons. And I like to think of this like a cake, right? The welcome screen, the design you pick needs to be at the bottom. So that way, that's why we're sending it all the way to the back. And let's go ahead and hit X. And this little button right here, you guys, you see that? Where it's now red. Let me click on that again just in case you missed it. The show browse button. This button right here is literally going to be on the welcome screen, and it's going to be you're going to have access to all the other photos that were taken at your event. Right now it's blank. That's because there's no photos here. But let's just say someone took a photo and then an hour they come back and they want to resend it or reprint, this is the one you would have enabled. If you don't want people to see the other photos, just uncheck it and it won't show. So for this one, we'll just leave it on just for the sake to see it. Now down here where it says that you see these buttons here, these are the experience buttons. And Lumabooth's newest update, and this is why I kind of thought I should make this video, you can now change the buttons. You can add your own files, literally. You'd already have this saved to the iPad. You go to choose, you find whatever button you make on Canva or wherever you make your buttons or your designs, then you would select it, right? So let's just assume this was a button we wanted. It's a template, so the photo one will have that, but we don't really want that. So definitely, let's see here. What else can we do here to show you guys? You can literally drag the buttons and place them in different places. You can even, oops, I pressed the wrong one here. You can even click the button and pinch it to make it bigger, smaller. You can change the order here of these buttons. It's not a huge deal. I know a lot of people have been begging for this update. I'm not a big fan of changing the buttons, to be honest with you. Let's now work more on this welcome screen. Here, let me tighten this up here. Sorry, I just want to make sure this is all fitting here properly. Text. You can make your own welcome screen on Lumabooth, so you can ignore all of that right there where I was showing you how to import it. You can add your own text, right? You could put like your booth or whatever, your booth wedding or whatever words you want here on the welcome screen. You could do that here. You could change the font. They have a ton of different fonts from you to choose. So let's just say you're not really good at Photoshop or you don't want to learn Canva. You can make a basic version of this here. They even have some themes where you could pick like pre-made designs, right? Not a fan of them. I wish there were more, but I don't think anyone ever really uses these, so we'll just leave it basic on that. Actually, let me go back here. Let's just change this one. I think it'll look better for the video. And then again, bring backwards. Okay. All right, so now colors, very important here. So you have the primary color to the top right that's saying change primary button and border colors throughout the guest experience. So let's just say the event is themed. We'll go this blue color here. And then the secondary colors would be changes the color of the start screen, lock, unlock, and cancel buttons. So you see how these buttons down here, the experience buttons are white, where it says photo, GIF, boomerang, video. It's kind of hard to see, so maybe we go with a darker color, so it pops out. So these are let me delete that. These are the button that's basically the color section here. Start screen, this is also new update here. You can add, if you click that, you can add a video being shown. I don't think I have any videos here, but you can add a video shown before the welcome screen. Most people don't really do this. It's not really useful because you'd have to press the video, then get to the welcome screen. So not really sure why we're going to use that. So next up is the print layout, you guys. Print layout. This is a Lumabooth's terms for the template, right? You take the photos, it's going to put the photos over the template. You can literally change the format here to do maybe just 3 photos. And right here too, we'll start from up here. When you click on the photo option, it shows you that that's photo 1. So photo 1 represents the first photo that is going to be taken on the photo booth. And that's the placement of the first photo, if that makes any sense. Then you have the option over here too to change it from landscape to vertical. So if you want more of a full body shot, you could do that. I always like to ask our customers what they prefer, and we let them choose. Sometimes our customers have their own backdrops, so we actually recommend landscape because a lot of times they're really wide and we want to make sure we can cover that. So you can change that there. You can literally drag this stuff over here to place the photos. If you want to import your own template, it's the same exact thing. So make sure you know the settings. This right here is a 4x6, but if we wanted to import our own template, we would go to where it says add image. You see where it says place? Add image. A lot of people click this import button, but that's not where you want to go. You want to click on add image, and let's just do this template here because it's the one I have. Then you're going to want to go to, where is it? Send backwards. Where's that button at? Oh, here to the left. And then now look what we need to do. Now we need to make these match the template. So boom, we'll just do this really quick, right? Click the vertical. And again, I'm just doing this really quick here because I know you guys are watching and I don't want, this isn't going to be perfect. So we're going to click here, boom, right? Obviously you would take the time to fill this stuff in. But yeah, this gives you kind of like a little easier idea on how to do this. You can even use the coordinates and change the size of this. So that would be the template. Let's just say, like, Drew, I don't want to do a 4x6. I want to do the strips. The way I like to do it is where it says preset. You could literally see where it says 2x6. That's a strip. So if you click that, then you can literally delete. Then you would add your strip template here. And let's just say, like, Drew, I don't want to learn Canva. I'm not really interested in Lumabooth for, like, you know, learning the all of this stuff. I want to do something quick and easy. Then you can make a template in Lumabooth, right? And the way you would do that is you could click, where is it? Presets, photo 1. You go to text, just like you did last time. And let's just say you're doing like a wedding, right? Or your cousin's graduation. You can add whatever text here. You can put congrats grad, right? You can do basic stuff here, change the font to, I don't know, let's just say this green color. Then you can select the text. You can pinch it to make it bigger, to expand it and whatnot. So you can put that here. You can even, there's not too much you could do here, right? Like you could do like a basic color. Where would that be at? Photo booth, add image, text, photo from booth. You can deselect. So, I mean, you could do a basic one. You can even like import like images from like Google right? So if you find like a PNG of like a cap, you can add that in here if you'd like. But yeah, your best bet is to learn Canva and all that to make your own template, because, you know, like this doesn't look too good, right? It's just basic. I would totally recommend learning Canva. So let's go back to the 4x6 image. Boom. Actually, that's wrong. See, I like going to presets. I mean, you could enter it here, right? You go to even 6x4 should be here. But I think the easiest way is just to use the presets. And we'll go here. Bear with me, guys. It's going to be a long video, but I'm trying to do my best to make sure you guys learn all of this stuff here. So again, add image. We're going to select this template here. We're going to send backwards, bottom left, and we're going to change all of the orientation to these photos. Let me do this quickly. I don't want to lose you guys. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. So cool. That way I can do the rest of this video without worrying that the template's not going to show. Okay, whatever, guys. It's not perfect. But anyways, we're going to go next to capture mode. This is the next setting here, and I'm going to hit the drop-down menu. We're literally working our way from the left column all to the right. We are in capture modes. These are the 4 capture modes that you could do. I like to call them experiences. You could do photo, where it's going to take the 3 photos that we selected. It's going to put it on the template. You can print, you can text, email, QR code. You could do GIF, where it's going to take 3 photos. This is GIF. Take 3 photos or 2 photos, how many photos you want, and then it'll play it in a loop. You have Boomerang, which will take a burst of photos, then play it back in a loop, either fast or slow. This is also the 360 photo booth setting. Then you can also do video. So on your welcome screen, right? Let's go ahead and launch event. Let's just show you where we're at. So you see here, we have all of the experiences. This is the welcome screen. We enabled all 4 of them, right? All of the capture modes. But let's just say, Drew, hey, I only want to do photos. Well, deselect the other experiences, the modes, hit launch, and guess what? Now we just have the photo option. And you see how it's off-centered? It's because that's where we put it. If I only wanted to do one, right, I'd go to the welcome screen. Then I'd select it and then move it right in a better place. You can even, see, it's a little fragile here. You can even click the experience button and make it bigger if you wanted to, right? So we're going to go ahead and reset and go back to the capture mode. I might have to fix this, but we want to just have them all here because I want to give you guys all the settings. Now we're going to go to the settings here, capture settings. So let's just say for this event, I'm going to go through all of them. I want the photo, GIF, Boomerang, and video. So for photo 1, that box to the left, it says before photo 1, 5 seconds. This is what we have it selected. You can go 10, you can go 1, but this basically means how much time goes on from the moment the guest hits the button between it takes the first photo. I think 1 second's not enough, right? No one's going to ever be able to press the button and get themselves ready. I think 5 seconds minimum. If there's a lot of old people at the party, I'd even say bump it up another 3 to 4 seconds, right? But 5 seconds is the sweet spot. Now below that, it says before photos, all others, basically means how much time in between photo 1 or photo 2 or photo 2 to photo 3. Again, I think 5 seconds is the sweet spot. And then delay each photo, we have it set to 2. You could do 3. This basically means after it takes a photo, how long will it be displayed on the iPad so people can look at the photo they just took? Very important to have that on here. And then you see down here it says also generate GIF. This will basically take, in the gallery, it'll take the 3 photos or 4 photos, how many photos there are, and put it into a GIF. I don't like to put it on, because if my customers or the users want to take a GIF, they could just take a GIF. However, you can leave it checked if you want to add that. It's kind of cool to some people, but I leave it checked off. Right now to GIF, that's the next one to the below the photo option. Image overlay. This is basically if you want to add a file overlay over the GIF, right? So you'd have to have this all sized out, and it would need to be transparent. And this isn't the video we're going over that, but it tells you the dimensions. So since we have the format right now, it's telling you the dimensions of the file. You can literally put that into Canva or Photoshop to make it. You can make it a square or a rectangle. And if you see where it says rectangle, you're going to notice that you're going to see a lot of the top of the backdrop if you have your photo vertical. I personally like to go square so you don't see over the backdrop. The GIF, you could put, to keep it into reverse, where it says plays the GIF forward and backward in a loop. you know, it's preference. Play with it to see if you like it, what you like the output. Totally up to you. And then now it says before photo 1, exactly like the photo option, how much time before it starts. And then the one below that, before all others, how much time in between photo 1, 2, or photo 2 to 3, or 3 to 4, and so forth. Then delay each photo, same as the other option, how long is it shown. And then capture. This is important. How many photos do you want in the GIF? I personally think three photos looks the best. Some people will put 2, but I like 3. Delay between frames. Yeah, I like to just put 300 milliseconds here, the MS, 3 MS, leave it here. This is kind of the sweet spot. Video. All right, now we're talking about the video capture setting. Countdown, right? 5 seconds. Again, we know what that means already, how much time in between it starts the video recording. Video length. We have it set to 15 seconds. That sometimes is too long. So I think maybe 10 seconds is what I like to put, depending on the event. If we have it set to 5, it's literally never enough. Like, literally, people will start talking after 2 seconds of recording, and 3 seconds is not enough to say something. So I like 10 seconds, but again, it's your preference. Quality. And also, let me backtrack. Where it says video length, the longer the video, the bigger size the file will be. Let me tell you why that's important. If you think, hey, let me just have 60 seconds, your files are going to take forever to send, and there's a possibility of it not being sent, in my opinion. I think, 10 seconds is completely fine. The files won't be too big. And again, quality. Quality is basically saying the resolution of the file, and the higher the quality, the bigger size the file. 10 seconds, I'm okay at 8 megabytes per second if we have a decent internet speed. Video, save original video. Basically meaning it'll save the video without any kind of like overlay or anything. So if you want the actual file without like Lumabooth's overlay, you can leave that. But most of the time, I mean, we just might as well leave it unchecked, my opinion. And again, size. Do you want a rectangle file or a square file? I like to go square, right? So it depends on how you want it. And then text, display text before recording. This is basically meaning when the countdown is happening, it's counting down from 5 to it starts recording. What words do you want on there? This is really important. You could put get ready, or let's just say if it's a wedding, you can say, say something to the couple, right? So like you can kind of prompt the people to what they're going to say. Let me remove this down. And then here you can literally put, for the video, you can put a recording, like a video file before the video gets shown. You could do one after, right? So that's why it says before recording, after recording. So they're video files, and it's telling you the size. Image overlay. You can literally put an overlay over it. So like for the video, it can have like, let's just say it's for a wedding. You can put, congratulations, Brad and Gina, or whoever it is. And you could do that overlay here, and this is where you would add it. You'd hit choose, you'd find it on your iPad, or if you're using the cloud, you can find it there, then you'd select it, right? Now let's move over to the top right. Boomerang/360. This is the boomerang setting, or if you have a 360 photo booth, this is the settings that you're going to do for your 360. And again, we're familiar with the countdown. I don't need to talk about that again. Save original video. You could definitely leave that checked or unchecked depending on if you want it saved again. Capture, where it says start capture when iPad is moved. This is only for 360, right? This basically means when the arm on the 360 booth is moving, it'll start recording. That way you don't have to press it on the iPad. If you're not using 360, there's no need for this to be on. And then where it says sensitivity, you can literally set the sensitivity to the motion. That way, if the arm on your 360 booth gets tapped, it's not going to start recording because it's a slight movement, if that makes any sense. And then again, quality, you can literally pick, do you want the highest quality possible, or do you want it to be a smaller file so files get sent? So if you're going to do a 60-second video, you may struggle if you have it all the way set to 8, right? So it just depends, but just know the higher it is, the better quality. And then again, size. Totally up to you how you want it to look. Typically, if I'm doing 360, I like the rectangle because it's more of a body shot. So it just depends on what you're using it for, but we're not going to use it for 360. And I like the square. It's just my personal preference. Then down here it says display text before recording. Again, you can put, if it's 360, you could say move your arms or dance, whatever. You could change the prompt here. And I'll show you guys that while it's showing in the demo a little bit later. Where it says blink, blink flash while recording with the camera in the back. This is a 360 setting. This isn't if you're doing a regular photo booth. This is just to have it flash so the people know it's recording. You don't really need it on if you're using it for a regular photo booth. And then presets. This is basically like the speed of the Boomerang or 360. So turtle basically means it's just going to record slow. It's going to play back slow. So right here you see where you select that, it says 0.25 speed. You can do the presets to where it goes fast to slow or fast to slow to fast. And I love it here too. Look in Lumabooth. It's telling you your final clip will be 14 seconds long if you're recording for 13 seconds. The shorter you record, you notice here now that where it says final duration, it goes down. And what I love about Lumabooth, you could literally do a preview right here. So you see this girl here in this pink room. With the current settings, this is what it'll look like. So we're going to hit the preview button. It might take a second to load. So on the 360, this is kind of what you can imagine. And if you're doing Boomerang, just imagine the speed. Your booth wouldn't be moving, right? So we'll just leave it. We'll leave it here. Yeah. And most people too, when they do Boomerang, they'll just either do fast or slow. They're not going to do both, but I'll just leave it here so you guys can kind of, figure that out. Okay, now down here where it says soundtrack. This is basically a song. So if you're doing 360, a lot of people do like to add songs. But if you're doing a regular photo booth, most people don't want a song. And my opinion is if you're using a song, you got to use royalty-free songs. Because if you're doing, let's just say, a Drake song, right? If people start posting this on Instagram or YouTube or wherever they're posting the 360 clips, it could get flagged and muted. And that could be an issue, right? Or Instagram for some cases. So animated overlays, you could definitely do that here. You can add them. Image overlays, again, it's just kind of like an overlay of, let's just say, some artwork that has to do with the theme. Down here too, where it says before recording, you can add a video. After recording, you can add a video. I see mainly people do this for 360 booths, not really for just a regular Boomerang. All right, so that is it for capture settings. Next one is background removal, and we're going in order. So this is if you're going to use a green screen or if you're going to use the AI background removal. So you'd have to turn it on, right? And then you see where it says colors to remove. If you have a green screen, you could literally select it and chrome it out. Most people aren't using this feature for Lumabooth. Most of you guys are probably familiar with the AI background, but I just wanted to show you this is where you would do all of that, like the smoothness. So just to give you an example, right? Boom, we would mark it out. You can go smoothness. So we're going to just really skip this. I know most of you guys aren't going to use this, but this is where you would do the green screen if you're going to do it. But the AI background removal, what I love about this feature is you could literally just point the photo booth at a wall, go in here, add a background image, which I'm not quite sure if I have. I'm going to go ahead and use this one here. So that's going to be the artificial background. So now check it out. Boom. We have an artificial background. But if you're going to use the AI background removal, remember, don't use it for video or for Boomerang, only for photos and GIFs. Because the more I move, the worse it works. And it doesn't really work perfectly. And you can see here too, Lumabooth has recommendations. It says up to 4 people, keep people close to camera, person height is at least half of image height. So these are what it's recommending. And honestly, the AI background removal doesn't work perfectly with props. So if you put on some glasses, or let me see. Like, look at this. This is an extension, or not extension. What is this? A tape measure? But if this was a prop, you see how it's kind of glitchy? It's really just meant for people. And again, photo and GIF is what it works best for. So this is where you would have that. We're going to go to effects. These are literally what I like to call filters, right? Lumabooth calls them effects. So if you don't want to use them, just turn it off. They're off now. Now we're going to turn them on. You can let guests choose, and you can enable the ones that you want to use. So they can literally scroll through. They can scroll through the filters and add their own filters, or you can have it cycle through. I'm personally going to let them choose it if I'm going to enable this. Also, if you want to do glam, right? Glam is a new trend, well, kind of new, where it does a black and white photo with a skim blemish filter on it. You'd select glam. Then where it says beauty mode, you turn it on, and then you would move the scale up to remove the blemishes. I can make a completely different video on that, which I think I kind of have already. But this is where you do it. But if you just want no filters, just turn it off, right? And this would happen after the photo is taken. It's not before. This is all after. Next up is stickers, what we like to call digital props. So after they take the photo, they can opt in to literally press these little stickers and add them to the photo. You could turn it on. You can use Lumabooth's preset stickers, or you can use your own. And we actually sell some of these digital props that you can buy on our website, photobooth101.com. And we have quinceañera, we have weddings, so you can add more. I believe some of these are the weddings ones that we've done. I'm not quite sure if they are or not. I have to double check. So how to upload your own. You would go to where it says custom. You'd go to stickers, choose, and then you'd select whatever ones you want to add. And then they'll show up in when you go to default. Or you can just, I'm sorry, you can just select them there, right? So let's just say we want this one as a prop. I know it's not a prop, but just bear with me, right? You go to open, and then boom, you can select it there. So if you don't want to have actual props, this is a great way to do that. And it's an upcharge. We're actually upcharging for the digital props if we're making custom ones. All right, so next, camera settings. Believe it or not, if you're running an iPad photo booth, one of the things I love about iPad photo booths are you don't need to be an expert in photography, and a lot of people that have iPad booths don't really know much about it. So when you don't know much about the settings, if you're just starting off, you're going to have it in all automatic mode. So right now you see literally everything is automatic. If you turn them on, you're going to have to know what shutter speed means. You can adjust it. You can move it up. My best advice to you guys is to learn camera settings and understand what it does. And if you're going to be at your events, make sure you learn these to get the crispiest photo, well-lit photo possible. But if you're doing drop-offs or pickups, keep it in automatic. Because if you have the settings manually, let's just say everything is set to this. If I turn off the lights, it's going to be dark. And if you're doing a drop-off, you're not there to adjust settings if they change the lights. So that's my advice here. This is where you can add what camera you're using. The iPad, the back ultra wide, right? So that's one. You can use the back wide angle or the front wide angle. If you have newer iPads, you'll see another one that says front ultra wide. It's very, very distorted, but it's super wide. And then if you have like a DSLR camera set up and it's connected to it, you'll see that camera here. Video stabilization, set if iPad will be moving. I think it's great to do this if you're using it with the 360 booth to add some software stabilization. And then here too, you can even do like a zoom, right? You can zoom it. Print setup. All right, so this one here, causes a lot of people a lot of headaches. If you're not doing prints, just make sure you have that deselected. You can completely skip this here. If you're gonna do prints, you have to make sure you have either print automatic or display print button or both. And Lumabooth out the gate, I believe, has it set to 250, where it says max event prints. I like to just put 99999. That way I don't ever hit my max capacity. Where it says printing, you can delete this and put, printing, please leave booth, or printing, please wait 30 seconds, 20 seconds, whatever you want, right? If it's not display print button, it's just going to print automatically, and they're not going to have an option to reprint or print more. So if you want guests to be able to select more copies, they can. You can put max guest copies set to 2, 8, whatever number you want, right? So it just depends on how you're running your booth. All right, so that's pretty much that. And then where it says alignment, if you're doing a print and then you notice that it's shifted a little bit to the left, you can come on here and then move it a little bit to the right, the template, or you can scale it down more. You make your adjustments here so your print looks the best. And that's a process by itself. And I have made a video on that already, you guys. Literally check it out. It's like how to get the right print alignment. And then where it says select print method, if you have a printer that does AirPrint, you can select that. Or if you're going to use the way we recommend, Lumabooth Assistant, this is where you're going to select that. And it says Lumabooth Assistant is not connected. If you have it properly set up, it'll say Lumabooth Assistant is connected, and it'll be like teal color. And I have a video, guys, all on printing. I cannot do that here in this video because it is a process. So if you're looking for that video, just check the YouTube channel. There's a few of them. I think I even posted it on TikTok too, depending on where you're watching that. So that video does already exist. And I'll leave that in the description if you're watching this on YouTube, the links to the other Lumabooth videos. So that is pretty much that here. And again, I want to, before I go, where it says print test page, I don't think this is a great way to do it. So if you want to see what the prints are going to look like, actually run a session and then let it print versus doing that print page there. So next up, email, SMS. We're getting there, guys. We're almost done. Bear with me. All right, so it says email, SMS. Would you like to allow guests to email or text the images? You can add this when you're doing prints, or this is if you're going to do digital only. You have to make sure this stuff is on. So email, let's just say you only want to collect emails. You only want to do emails. You make sure you turn all of this stuff off. That way, when the photo's taken, it'll only allow them to do email. So I like to have email as an option and SMS. This Instagram one, honestly, just leave it off. In my opinion, it's not really worth doing. I know some people may have it, but like they're going to have to put their email address and get an email anyway. So it's easier just to leave email on and then SMS. But right here under email, it says reply to. It says email address. That's what's going to be shown. And then subject. So this is the okay. Imagine when someone gets the email. If you've ever gotten an email, there is a subject line where it says, whether it's your job saying, vacation time or whatever, that's the subject. So you can literally change what it says here. Here's your photo from, let's just say, Drew's wedding. So that could be customized, right? Or you could put, here's your photo from Photo Booth Co. or wherever you want to put it from. Or you can just leave it, here's your photo. Then where it says HTML body, this is basically showing where the link of the photo is going to be. And then inside there it says, here's your photo. A lot of people will take this time here to put, follow us at whatever. You could put a link. You could put a link or a handle here. You can like promote your business. And yeah, basically that is pretty much that for the text, for the email. Okay, up here, let's move this down. SMS, same thing in the body where it says, here's your photo. Just make sure when you guys are doing SMS, do not put a link in here. Don't put a website. Don't put an Instagram handle. Your photos could get flagged for spam because it's already going to send a link in the text. And if you put two, it could get flagged. So you could just put, follow us, and then you could put like your @ handle. But I don't recommend adding another photo in there. And if you're not in the US, let's just say you want to change the country code. I don't know what Mexico is, I forgot, but you could add the country code so that way people in Mexico can put their phone numbers in to get it. But if you're in the US, it's 1, and then where it says enter phone number, basically that's the prompt where it says enter phone number. Where it says send SMS, you could put text message here, or you can just leave it here. So that's pretty much this part. We're going to skip over the Instagram. Now we're on the sharing page. Other ways to share. Cloud sharing. So if you have that off, you'll notice that you can't do the QR code or upload original photos. So I like to leave upload original photos off. So for your gallery, you're noticing some of the other photos, like the original ones, or trust me, just leave it off, in my opinion. But the QR code, you need to enable cloud sharing. That means people can take a photo, then scan the QR code that it generates. And then AirDrop. I think AirDrop is a good one to have on because if your internet stops or slows down at your event, people won't be able to get the photos instantly with the text option or the email option or the QR code. The QR code won't generate if the internet is not there or too slow. But AirDrop doesn't matter. Those with iPhones can get it. So, and again, just remember when you're doing QR code or AirDrop, there's no information collected. So if you're running your business and you want to get the phone numbers and email addresses to use as marketing, you won't have information with QR code or AirDrop. All right, so sharing screen. Now where it says timeout on sharing screen, this basically means 30 seconds is going to pass if there's no action on the photo booth. So let's just say someone put in their phone number or it did the print and they walk away. 30 seconds of inactivity will reset it to the welcome screen. I think 30 seconds is a sweet spot. You can go all the way up to 300 seconds. That's a long time. But if it's just 5 seconds, that could be an issue. Because what if someone still wants to put in their phone number, but they turned around to get a drink, to pick up their drink from the prop table? So I think 30 seconds max. You can even get away by like doing 20 seconds. And that's we'll just leave it at 28. It's not that like big of a deal. So show original photos. Allow guests to view and share original photos by adding thumbnails in the bottom left. I'm going to leave that off. Display delete button. So if someone takes a photo and they don't like it, they can delete it. That's totally up to you. I believe once they delete it, it's off of the gallery. But there's a lot of people that'll take the first photo and not be happy with the way they pose. Maybe they just weren't ready for the countdown, but you can have that there. Where it says WhatsApp, I leave that off. but you can enable it to where they can text it to their WhatsApp number. It's kind of cool, but it's not really used. Virtual Attendant, that's the next one here. Okay, Virtual Attendant is literally, let's turn this on. You got to make sure you have these features on. It's literally a audio guide, like a voice, basically guiding the users through the experience. And let me tell you exactly what that means. So, style. This is the type of voice you want to be heard on the photo booth. You can go American male, American female, Dutch female, British female, so depending on where you're at. You can even upload your own custom versions. So if you want to come in and make your own, wording or your little clips where you're telling the people, hey, get ready, it's going to take a photo, guys, make sure you change up the pose, you can have that here. But for the most part, we just use the American female. And then it says, right here, it says before capture, picture one. I'm going to give you guys an example. This is what you'll see or hear.
Get ready.
It's going to say get ready. So it's letting the people know that the photo is going to happen. And then if you have pick two, you can change up the command. You can have it say great job.
Great job.
And then let's just say if it's 3 photos, you can have it say last one, right?
Last one.
That way they know that's the last photo that's going to happen. I'm going to leave this enabled so when I do the examples at the end to show you guys kind of like how we set it up and how it looks, you can hear it. Processing basically means after it takes the third photo, it's going to say basically, looking good, or
great job.
We could do great job again, right? Actually, let's change it here. You can get funny with it. Do you model, right?
Do you model?
Right? And then after, when it gets to the sharing section, you could say, usually share your photos. And this is a great one to have here because it's letting people know.
Share your photos.
Now you can share it. End of session, you can have it say thank you. And end of session is basically meaning it's going to go back to the welcome screen so it's ready for the next person. You can do bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So they know it's done. Cool. And there's a lot of times where you won't even be able to hear this. There's some parties where it's so loud you can't really hear this, right? But there's a lot of parties where you can, and in my opinion, this is very useful for older people. Or sometimes, maybe they're turned around and someone's trying to grab a prop and they hear it, where it's like, oh, okay, the next photo's coming. So we'll leave that there. Next up is the survey section. This is useful if you are using your photo booth for a business and you're trying to ask questions and get information. You can enable this here. So you can literally type in a question and have a short answer or a long answer, or you can even do like a multiple choice. I don't want to do too much info on this because most of you guys aren't going to use this. I mean, if you're doing this for a wedding, a birthday party, a graduation, it's not really needed. But you can set it to where it's required, right? You can let's just say you get hired by, I don't know, let's just say Chick-fil-A. And you can ask a question, what's your favorite meal? Or what's one thing we can change? And then they can leave a short answer, or you can set up multiple choice answers where they have to select one. This is all useful information, and Lumabooth will actually collect this data. So you could do that here. You go to view responses or whatever. Down below where it says disclaimer, cool. You can have this set to turn it on. It like in here too, Lumabooth on default has it. This basically is just saying, and they have to agree here too. This is the cool thing, what I love about this. You can have the disclaimer on to where if they want to share their photo or print it, they have to agree to this. Basically in here, you can have it set to like, hey, we plan on using this stuff for marketing, your photos and all of that. And basically saying like, we understand this and we agree to these terms. So that's really important. If you're going to be wanting to use it for marketing, you can leave that on. Or you can bypass this and have the disclaimer. You can have a contract, which we do sell contracts. You can have it in your contract that you plan on using it for marketing and whatnot. So that way you don't have to have this on. So if you don't have a contract, I definitely would have it on. If you have the contract, the person that hired you is basically allowing you to do that by having that in your contract. So it's cool here too, because like if you do want this on, and there's times where we do corporate events where we make sure we have this on. If they don't agree, they don't get to use the photo. So if they've taken a photo at your booth and they've used it, if you see it in the gallery, then that means that they agreed to these terms here. So you can change the terms, you can add your organization, your business name, and then you can add things in here, which is really, really cool. I love that Lumabooth has this. Now, guess what? its launch event. We went through all the settings. But before we show you guys kind of what we did here, let's hit the drop-down menu, and I'm going to show you guys some other things here. We're not completely done here. We're pretty much done with the second to left. I'm sorry, the second to the right. Now we're doing this section here where it says more. Now we're here on that section. It's sharing status. This is important. If you are doing an event and your photos are not being sent out because of your internet, you're going to want to check this on the iPad. It's going to tell you if you have any pending photos, and that's usually due to a poor internet connection. So if you're at your event and no one's getting their photos, it's probably because your internet connection stopped or slowed down. The solution is to close out the app, right? Just like this. I'm going to do it. I'm going to close it out. I'm going to establish a better internet connection. Then I'm going to open up Lumabooth again, right? Let me go. You're going to go to the event that you did. Then you're going to go down to where it says sharing status. And you should see the photos go from pending to sent. That's all that is, and it gives you the data, how many emails were there, SMS, prints, airdrops. It tells you all of that here, right? Next, below that is lock pin. This is so important, you guys. This is basically the pin number you're going to use to lock the settings so no one can go into the settings and mess it up. I'm just going to do all fives here. So if I launch my event, let's just say I'm up and running, whether I'm doing a drop-off or I'm there, technically someone can touch the drop-down menu and mess with my settings unless I hit the lock button. Now look. Now they have to hit the code in. And most people aren't going to know your code. So, obviously 555 is not the most ideal one, but just for the sake of the video, I'm going to do that. You're going to hit the drop-down menu again where it says account. This is basically just kind of giving you the info, what email is associated with the account, your where it says App Store, your subscription expired on blank, 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 or when it's going to redo it. And again, guys, if you want Lumabooth at a discount, if you're a new user, we have a sign up and discount link. If you're watching this on YouTube, it's in the description. Sign up, and when you sign up, you have to make sure you're using our link. Not only will you get a discount, but if you sign up for the year, right, it's going to be $195 currently. Again, I don't know when you're watching this video. I can only talk about the price right now. Sign up, send me an email at hustlewithdrew@gmail.com, hustlewithdrew@gmail.com. Then let me know, hey, I signed up. I'm going to confirm it. We have a Lumabooth group chat that we created. So if you ever sign up for the software and you need help, you can go to our group chat and ask whatever questions you have. Also a great place to network. So if you got in this far, just remember we have that. And if you're watching this on TikTok, make sure you click the link in the bio. You'll see the Lumabooth sign up and link in the bio. Okay. So if you ever need to sign out, this is where you can do that here. Let's hit the drop down menu and then about Lumabooth. So this is basically the last one here. It's going to tell you which version of the app you have. So if there's an update, you can literally see which version of the software you're on. If you need to change the language, you can change it here. So all of these settings are in a different language. And you can click the help me section, which will bring you to Lumabooth's website, where there's a bunch of information here. You can even go over here and submit a request or email them here. All right, so I did take one photo before showing you guys this. So remember that gallery button in the beginning? This is just the one photo I took one so you could see. So I could literally come back here and like send a photo. And then you'll see as you do more photos, and I'll show you after we do this one, there will be more photos here. So again, this is optional, that button. So now let's take a photo.
Get ready.
And you can see we have the teal color as the countdown because we selected that on the welcome screen.
Great job.
Let me not block the camera. You have the virtual attendant giving the chat. And you can even see my skin.
Last one.
We have the filter on, so the skin looks a little bit better than normal. You can leave that off.
Do you model? Share your photos.
So now the photo gets put on the template. And obviously this would look a lot better if you did it correctly. But just to give you a look, you can put your email address in, and we can put the SMS, which is the phone number to get a text message. AirDrop, so, anyone here, like you got Andrew's MacBook, so I can literally send it to myself. And then you have the QR code. You can literally scan this, and then the photo will pop up. And up top, you see that line? I know it's hard to see. That's the timer that I set. And I believe I set it to 28 seconds. I have to double check. But as soon as that timer gets down, because it's been inactive, it'll go to the welcome screen. So let's just say someone, before it timed out, they put their phone number and then they walk away. Now guess what? The timer starts again. So 28 seconds goes by. It will go
bye-bye
right there. And then also in the top left, you probably saw too, where you could retake the photo or delete it. So that's that. Now if we go to the gallery, now you see both photos. That's the first one.
Bye-bye.
And then the second one, right? How cool is that? So now let's do the GIF.
Get ready.
We have it set to 3 photos, and we're going to change the poses because the GIF looks better if they're different poses too. I'm going to do this one. We have guided access, not guided access, the virtual attendant going still. I never know what to do. So now you're going to see.
Do you model?
It's going to put it into
your photos.
The video file for us, just like that. And with a lot of people, this gets a lot of fun. And again, this is digital sharing only. You cannot print a GIF. Email, text, AirDrop, QR code. All right, so we're going to go ahead and hit the boomerang setting here. The settings I have on here are kind of a little bit longer for the 360. So I'll go ahead and show you guys kind of like what we have it set to. And I'm going to imitate being on a 360 booth.
Get ready.
So it start recording. You can use your iPad, but it's recommended iPhone for 360s because you can use this on in an iPhone. iPhone's lighter and it's just a lot better to use. So I'm still going.
Do you model?
Just to show you guys, this is what it would look like if you had it onto the 360.
Share your photos.
And again, you can always add videos or stuff like that. So it goes fast, slow. Then it's going to go fast again. So that would be perfect for 360, right?
Bye-bye.
But I'm going to go in here really quick. I'm going to go to capture settings. And I'm going to change these Boomerang 360 settings just for Boomerang because we're not using it for 360. I am going to go recording duration. I think the sweet spot is 5 seconds. And the playback speed, I like to go fast. I always think fast is better. So again, we could see it's going to be final duration 4 seconds. We're going to hit launch. And we're going to hit the boomerang.
Get ready.
This would be ideal for a photo booth. Just move my head. Woo! Go in, out. A lot shorter, a lot quicker.
Do you model? Share your photos.
A little fast, and it's going to just play it into a loop. So you can change these settings and do them how you want to do them, you guys. It's totally up to you, right? And then again, sharing, email, text, AirDrop, QR code.
Bye-bye.
Last but not least is video. I think I have this set to 10 seconds. So
get ready.
Look, see, say something nice to the couple because we did that earlier. Thank you so much for inviting us to your wedding. This wedding was amazing. I'm so happy you had a photo booth. We can record this. I am 8 drinks deep. Woo!
Do you model? Share your photos.
So now it's going to play back. Thank you so much for inviting us to your wedding. This wedding was amazing. I'm so happy you had a photo booth. You can pause it, right? Email, SMS, AirDrop, and the QR code. Boom. See? Everything's here. We can record this. Love this software, you guys. And let's go back onto the tripod and end this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. And as always, make sure to subscribe or follow us wherever you're watching this. And remember, we have a Lumabooth sign up and discount link. If you made it this far, don't forget, we have that. That's available. Get a discount. Also have access to our group chat. And of course, go to photobooth101.com to get your photo booth equipment. We have photo booths like this. We have the deluxe booth. We sell backdrops, printers. We have everything you need to get going. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.